Hello and welcome to the latest potato markets update. My name is Megan and I am a trainee analyst here at the AHDB. Today I'm going to give you a quick update on GB planted area 2020 estimates by region, sector and variety. The total 2020 GB planted area revised estimate is 117.47 thousand hectares. Representing the GB area covered by 90% of producers, this figure indicates a drop in planted area by 2.3% from last year and places the 2020 planted area as the third smallest on record, behind 2015 and 2016 planted areas only. The main driver behind this fall is a drop in both the processing sector and fresh bag sector area figures, with a combined total area reduction of 4.1 thousand hectares. Since the estimate based on 60% of producers, some large growers have submitted greater reductions in their planted area compared to those who had submitted earlier, causing larger change than usual. With this in mind, the further 10% of producers still to submit their planted areas could result in further changes to this planted area estimate. On this, only time will tell. I will start with planted area by region. Notably, as seen in this graph, the east of England is holding their position as the GB's largest potato growing region, with a total of 33.4 thousand hectares of potatoes planted. Despite a marginal decline from last year's figures of 0.3%, over the past 5 years, the east of England's planted area has seen an increase of 3,000 hectares. The area that has seen the largest percentage reductions in planted area from 2019 figures is the northwest. Badly affected by weather events in 2019, the northwest planted area has seen a reduction of 1.1 thousand hectares from last year, a fall by over 22%. This reduction has seen the southwest overtake the northwest in the potato planted area from 2019. In area of the East Midlands and West Midlands, long-term trends of reducing areas can be seen, and this is carried through with reductions from 2019 to 2020. Year on year, reductions in the East and West Midlands totalled over 1.5 thousand hectares. Since 2011, the drop in planted area for the East and West Midlands totalled 1.4 and 3.4 thousand hectares respectively. Clear indicators for these long-term trends of reduced planted areas. By sector, there has also been some significant changes in the 2020 planted area figures compared to 2019. The most significant changes can be seen within processing and fresh bags sector. The fresh bags, which is where rather than for chipping, estimated planted area witnessed a fall of 22.8% from last year to total 4.7 thousand hectares. The regions that have seen the most notable reductions in fresh bags planted area are the east of England, seeing a reduction of 576 hectares, and in Wales and the West Midlands with a fall of 438 hectares. However, the fresh bag sector is a relatively small area in comparison to other sectors. The pre-pack and processing sectors continue to dominate the planted area estimates, accounting for 37.7 and 29.6% of the total estimated planted area as seen in this chart. Considering there was strong retail performance of fresh potatoes into supermarkets at the time of planting, it is not surprising that pre-pack saw an increase in planted area by 698 hectares, a rise of 1.6% year on year. Whereas processing estimates experienced a fall in planted area by 2.7 thousand hectares, a fall of 7.1% from 2019. With COVID-19 causing huge disruption in food service and the closing of food outlets, this is unsurprising against the backdrop of rather depressed demand and a bleak sector outlook at the time. Finally, we move on to the planted area by variety. In similarity to previous years, over 40% of the overall GB potato area is dominated by the top 10 chosen varieties as seen in this table. In comparison to 2019, only the top 2 varieties, Maris Piper and Marquise, have remained unmoved within the top 10, with Maris Piper continuing to dominate the top ranking position, accounting for 11.8% of the GB planted area. Yet from 2019 to 2020 plantings, Maris Piper saw a decline of 13% to 13.9 thousand hectares, the lowest recorded Maris Piper area since the survey began in 2010 and following a series of falls from 2016 to 2018. The decline in Maris Piper plantings can be mostly in reductions in English plantings as opposed to Scottish or Welsh. Typically, Scottish Maris Piper samples are often destined for packing, whereas English Maris Piper are often split between processing and packing. As we touched on earlier in this video, the estimated processing area planted for 2020 has declined by 7.1% from 2019, with the loss of food service sector stagnating demand. Within this planted area estimate, the contracted and free by processing areas were down by 6.4% and 20.3% respectively, which is useful indication that growers are moving away from processing, and within this we have seen a drop in Maris Piper area. Marquise remains the second largest planted area despite a decline from last year by 6.2% or 390 hectares, the lowest recorded area for Marquise since 2018. However, there are some big movements in other varieties in the top 10. Melody has seen an increase in planted area by 26.8% from last year, the second biggest year-on-year increase in area for 2020's top 20, and moving Melody's ranking up 2 places to number 3. Other varieties on the rise are both Sagita and Royale, moving up 4 places to number 5 and 2 places to number 8 respectively. These are certainly ones to watch as we move into the 2020-21 harvest, and will be interesting to see demand and price as a result. Before I finish this market report update, I want to quickly touch on lifting progress across the UK. The latest lifting report, covering to week ending the 20th of October, suggests that 77% of the total GB potato area has now been lifted. Lifting conditions during October have been somewhat challenging for many, with the presence of Storm Alex passing through. We have seen clearance of a further 39% from the last lifting report ending the 29th of September. There are, however, clear disparities in lifting progress by region, with the North East and North West only 40% and 59% complete, respectively. Heavy rainfall caused delays to lifting early on into October for these regions, with speed of clearance increasing throughout October, particularly in the Northwest. You can find the latest reports along with an interactive dashboard using the link on the screen. To stay up to date with weekly market reports, prices, and key data releases like the planted area data I've talked you through, visit the potato markets pages on the AHDB website using the link on the screen.